Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. It looks like it's a 2-video type of day today when it comes to Dead by Daylight. Now, we do have some interesting information from DBD Leaks. The wonderful people over there have Datamine, the website that the teaser was released on, and we have some very interesting information to go over. There's also a few other things that we could have missed in the last video earlier today going over the tease, and also some more connections that we can draw to the backstory and actual coordinates that the website actually gave us. Before we get into it, you guys know the drill. If you enjoy the video by the end, please leave a like on it. It helps out tremendously. And also, if you want more Dead by Daylight content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you all so much for that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we'll go over what DBD Leaks data mined first. After some data mining of the website, each day new image will be revealed. 4 days in total. From day 1 through 3, we can find scrambled words, ALET, CKVH, and BLAE, which all together make a final sentence, and the final day sentence is the Black Veil. Final image is most likely killer appearance. So this is actually very interesting when it comes down to it, because the Black Veil have actually played a pretty decent part in a few of the character stories in Dead by Daylight. One character being Elodie, and the other characters being actually Victor and Charlotte, the killers. So it's very interesting that they're playing a part here in some way, shape, or form. What part is still kind of unclear. I don't know if we're going to get a killer directly from the Black Veil, or if the Black Veil is going to be responsible for the killer in some type of way. I'm very unsure on that so far, but I'm sure all will be known very soon. Now, another thing we need to go over is the actual artist profile on the Chapter 22 teaser website. I did miss this, but there was actually another picture of a crow on the website, further cementing that this chapter will have something to do with crows, or at least a flying creature of some kind. So it is important to note that this could be very integral to everything going on with this chapter. This small picture, this small piece of information here, could play a major part. Now, there were a few things that I actually didn't connect, but do make a lot of sense, and they were pointed out to me by Rafi over on YouTube. He messaged me on Discord and told me about this connection, and I further pieced it together as best as I could, and that has to do with the Inca. If you guys did not know, the Inca are a big part of Chile's history, and it wouldn't be entirely out of the ordinary to base a killer around an Inca character in history, maybe an Inca folklore of some kind. And we'll further cement why that could be in just a second, but I do want to point out a tweet from Mathieu Cote. Now, people do have a problem, me included, with reading way too far into Mac's tweets, but he did retweet the Dead by Daylight post and say, loving the ink work. Now, even wordplay right there could be pointing ink, Inca, I don't know. I wanted to point that out. That is very tinfoil, but I still wanted to point that out. But where's the real connection at? Well, if you Google the coordinates given by an error screen on the Chapter 22 website, you actually get sent to Pazo Alamante in Tarapacá, Chile. I pronounced that terribly, sorry. Disclaimer, I'm horrible at pronouncing stuff, so ignore me. But you get linked to an abandoned mining town there. Now, the interesting thing is not the abandoned mining town, it's actually the location as a whole. Pazo Alamante is actually located in the interior of the Atacama Desert, and it's been a capital of the Tamarugal province since the province was established in 2007. This is directly from Wikipedia. But if you go to the Atacama Desert itself and look at some of the history for it, the Inca and Spanish empires actually have a history in that desert. Now, is that a major connection to the Inca themselves, like thinking we're actually going to get like an Inca warlord killer? Not exactly, but there are a few potential characters from Inca folklore. One being the Inca god Viracocha. Now, I think this is highly unlikely, as if we're sticking close to the lore, then the entity probably couldn't hold down a god, but this deity apparently created the universe, sun, moon, stars, time, and civilization itself. He apparently was also accompanied by a magical bird named Inti. Now, thematically, that would make sense with the crows, having a bird as a companion to help you. Maybe that has something to do with the power. I highly doubt they're going to bring a god into the game, but I feel like it could have something to do with Inca history, Inca folklore, Inca mythology. But there's also another character from Chilean mythology named the Concon, or the Tuetue, and it was actually mentioned by a subscriber in the comments of the video earlier today, and I looked further into it, and it's very interesting. The Concon apparently has the shape of a human head with feathers and talons. Its ears, which are extremely large, serve as wings for its flight on moonless nights. So this is kind of tying back into the whole bird thing. We obviously know, or at least assume, unless it's a red herring, that this chapter is going to be focused around an avian creature, whether it's a crow, whether it's a bird, whether it's a vulture, whatever it is. It does seem like it's pointing heavily in that direction. So we can only assume that something with birds is going to have to happen. Whether or not it actually ends up being the design of the killer itself, or the killer's power, maybe revolving around the crows around the map, that have been an integral part of Dead by Daylight since the start, but never really useful beyond one perk, or some notifications on locations occasionally. Either way, I think it's very interesting, and we have a lot to theorize on when it comes to all of this, and we'll have even more over the next 3 days, 4 days. As you guys heard in the beginning of the video, there will be one picture tease released every day, so stay tuned to this channel to know about that when it happens, and hear the theories that I have from those pictures when it happens. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. How are you feeling about this? Do you think it's still leaning more towards the Chilean mythology, or do you think it's more in the Inca form of the Chilean mythology? Let me know there. What about Concon? I'm very curious to know what you guys have to say about that, but let me know all of that in the comments down below. Anyways, dudes, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching again. Thank you to my members for supporting the channel. You're one of the major reasons this channel keeps going. I appreciate you dudes so much. But again, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching again. My name is Toot, and I've been your host, and I'll see you dudes in the fog. Peace out.